baby dolls, you know it's time for some PulseChain FUD. Our friend Invest Answers James thinks there's nothing to see here. What a fantastic episode this is going to be.
See if I can find it. It was someone asking James to analyze the PulseChain from. He's like throwing a grenade and like lock the door. Anyway, some thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, I make enough enemies in the cryptoverse. I call out what I do. It's very clear. You know, we build models that identify things that will not make you money. I'm not going to use a certain strong word, but all I recommend is if you are the data is there. All right. You look at the data, you look at the way things are structured. It's very clear you're not going to make money on any of these things. Do we need another version of ETH, another fork of ETH? No. Do we need another layer 2 on ETH? No. Do we need PulseChain, which is a fork of ETH with far less functionality and features? No. In addition, what's very important, and this is the number one red flag. I wish I could turn this into a technical indicator. CTO, maybe you can do that. If you could analyze things like pump comments on YouTube comments and on Twitter and aggregate them up, the more something is pumped, the more likelihood it is a scam. It's that simple. Have you seen this?
So are we really doing this, bro? Do I really got to go through over and over again? So I'm just inviting you guys just to use one of your little Pikachu ears like me and actually perk them up and just listen, okay? There are 68 streamers. What data are you looking at? Are there 68 streamers for Soylana? No. There are 140 content creators, grassroots, none of them paid for by VCs or insiders for PulseChain ecosystem. Does Soylana have it? No. Soylana has protocols where VCs give them a bribe to try get everybody to farm airdrops so it looks like the users are more. And then we just literally just caught them, friends. You know when Soylana went down for the 11th time in 2 years? They forgot to turn off their fake transactions per second thing. Literally, their transactions per second, the TPS, stayed at 3,000. How do you have 3,000 transactions when your chain is dead? Tell me that. That's literally like you got a heart monitor. The patient's dead and it's still saying like 80 beats. How's that happen? For hours. We also saw data research. Guys actually go into the blockchain and they literally found out 95% of the data transactions in there, the blob data and all that, it's all junk. It's all junk. Now, it doesn't even really matter because Soylana, put that aside. I'm looking at this chart with you and I'm just seeing something. See, squiggly lines mean nothing. So let's actually see real data. You can see the PulseChain active wallets has been going up, but who cares about those? Because that's just a number, right? But if you go to daily active wallets, friends, you see this number up here. You see that? There's 20,000 up there. That is rising, okay? That is huge because I know it doesn't impress anybody now, does it? But I'm glad it doesn't impress you because, right, those 20,000 wallets, if we just got to 100,000, that's a 5x on the user base. It's a 25x price increase. Soylana can't easily get a 5x like that on its user base because it's big. It's much bigger. Now, will it? Hopefully. But the starting user base is so much smaller. The advantage with PulseChain is enormous. And what I've done is, friends, I've constructed a chart here. This is PulseChain versus Soylana. All right. Now, you can see it's tanked real hard. Why? Because Soylana went up heaps. If this is the actual bottom, you got to remember, they're talking about this stuff from here. All right. They're talking about this stuff from here. If we start swooping back, I mean, it's literally game over. You've went through plus 500% gains just to get back up here. But of course, many people supporting Soylana, they're never really going to hop on board with that. So I think looking at a chart like this, knowing that the ICO equivalent price is right here, and you only have a valuation of 2 billion, no exchange listings, gate kept everywhere, grassroots, so many people out there. There are community grassroots conferences, Hex Conference and PulseChain Conference, two separate ones hosted by Matty Allen. None of it paid for by VCs or insiders or whatever. So now you basically got to pick, what do you think is going to do more from here? Of course, Soylana people are going to say that, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. I think they blew their load too early. I think they got really, really popular. And how do I know that, friends? Because I went and played around on all the altcoins there, and a lot of them are just cheated 2x piece of trash poop. How come on a supposed scam chain, there are literally 40 altcoin communities with coins that are actually going up and trending up with the Sphere Pulse chain? How is that around? It's telling you something. It means there's something bubbling there. And it makes sense, right? Cult members from Hex, the monetary base, they've built a solid foundation because these people really think long term. They don't want to go anywhere else. So now you basically got to place your bets. It is what it is, okay? I think I can see the future, by the way. If you really want to tell me that this thing goes down, I'm sorry for you then. Because at some point, you're just going to have to concede that Ethereum has actually won. It has, friends. It has won. EVM has won. And no amount of bribes and airdrops from any of these other chains not going to be enough to keep you around there. They say they are, but you know what happens eventually when everything starts turning around. So this is the actual chart you just got to look at. That's it. You see this. Do you honestly think, by the way, zero is right here. We're literally near zero. Like it's right here. Do you really think something that went down like this, you really think its fate is to just fizzle off and die and go into negative numbers? I don't think so, man. I think an awakening is coming. That's just me. You know how I know that? There's a secret. Maybe you know it. The world's #1 biggest DAI holder likes buying PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. Godwhale and his linked wallets has 220,000 Ethereum sitting there. You have every single freaking exchange that has not listed these coins yet, which means so many people have still not been exposed to it. I mean, you literally have every single box ticked. Plus, Solana is now a cycle 2 coin. PulseChain cycle 1. How do you think this story ends, friends? I'll tell you right now. The guy in the Pikachu hat, I've got a pretty good track record. Catch you in the next one.